So the people that talk like this, it pains me to have to say this. You're either fucking batshit insane or spectacularly stupid. Dorothy! Dorothy!
It's a twister! It's a twister!
Welcome to Two Gaming Dudes.
All right. I hope it's not too soon to... we're not making fun of hurricane victims.
No, not in any way. I have friends in Florida, and I'm so glad that they're okay, because I tell you what, this hurricane looked
This is really bad.
This looks really bad.
And it's not just... It wasn't just
terrifying.
Milton, because Helene was 2 weeks ago. They got smacked back-to-back by two really bad hurricanes.
Yep.
And people are dead, and people have lost their lives.
Yeah.
And their livelihoods and their homes. It's fucking shitty. However, as always happens like this, the pieces of shit of society always come out of the fucking woodwork.
Man, boy, do they say some shit.
Either to scam contractors. Oh, yeah, I can fix your roof for $1,000. I just need a deposit. And then they
book it. Yeah.
Shit like that. Or, oh, yeah, we can help you out with your federal aid application. It's $200 fee to apply. You just give me your $200, and then shit like that.
And you just wouldn't know because everybody's typing in hurricane insurance. It just goes up the ranks, and there they are.
And then there are others who try to politicize it, because in the United States, we politicize fucking everything.
Everything. From our TV shows to apparently the weather.
Well, it took about a day for the nuts to come out and start with their conspiracy theories about the hurricane.
I only know of one.
Oh, which one did you hear about?
That the government can control the weather.
All right, let's get back to that one later, because they start off much more nuanced and very silly.
Because, that's...
I mean, the first one that came out came from the Trump camp, of course.
Of course.
FEMA is out of money. There's no more relief money, because they spent it all on illegal immigrants.
Yep, I saw it.
Turns out, total horseshit.
No, that's not how that works.
No, that's not what FEMA did. They've got plenty of money. It's got nothing to do with immigrants. You can fact check it yourself just as easily as I did if you give a shit to do so. Kamala spent all her FEMA money, billions of dollars, on housing illegal migrants.
Yeah, that's not how that works. We are not sponsored by Ground News, but I do highly recommend Ground News. It's a really cool way to, find out if the story you're listening to is politicized or if it's actually fact-checked and factual.
Okay.
So you can kind of look this stuff up and just...
There are other agencies that do... You can go through the BBC. You can go through Reuters. There are other middle of the ground... Okay, anyway, that's not important.
Anyway.
The other great one, also from the Trump camp, hurricane victims are only getting $750. That's horseshit. That's the initial payment to help buy emergency supplies. Blankets and tarps for the roof and fuel for the generators. Like survival stuff, immediate survival stuff. The rebuilding comes much later, after cleanup and power restoration and shit like. Then you start compiling figures for what is it going to cost to rebuild. So you're not just getting $750 and then you're on your own.
No.
I would like to point out, when Hurricane Sandy hit New York, how many of these red state motherfuckers were like, oh, no, we're not giving money to New York. Why are federal funds going to go help out New York? Because fuck you, that's why. Now you want that federal... The same motherfuckers that complain about student loan relief, when the government is taking government money to fix their roofs or rebuild their house in the Mississippi Delta for the third time, they got no problem taking federal money then.
Of course.
Or to save their job at an automaker, or with Goldman Sachs, or Lehman Brothers, or any of these fuckers that we bailed out. No problem there when it's for going to them. Student aid relief, liberal faggy bullshit. Yeah. So, fuck you. After this horrible tragedy, the president didn't even call the governor of Georgia. Of course, the governor of Georgia was like, yeah,
he actually did.
Biden called me. He's like, I've got FEMA secretary. I've got Alexander Mayorkas right here. I'm going to leave you with him. Anything you need, just let me know. He'll take care of it.
Yep.
Great. So that was horse shit, too.
Yeah. I actually saw him on an interview saying, I was so grateful for FEMA and for the president to have taken care of so much of this for us. It was so great.
This is Republican governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp, by the way.
Yes.
Not some fucking Biden nuthugger. Okay.
No.
And then the best one came from our old friend Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, do tell.
The single most batshit, maybe Lauren Boebert. Lauren Boebert might be more batshit.
Okay.
This is the chick who, before she went to Congress, was like the assistant manager at Planet Fitness or some shit.
Awesome.
Okay.
Got the job.
They control the weather.
Like Cobra Commander with the Weather Dominator?
Weather Dominator! Thank you for bringing that, yes.
Bow before Cobra and my Weather Dominator, or I'll crank up the humidity so high.
They control the weather. Who's they? I don't know. Could it be the Jews that started the forest fires in California with their orbiting Jew space lasers? That was her conspiracy theory last year when there were wildfires in California.
No ass crack will ever be dry again. An eternity of swamp ass.
That the Jews have space lasers.
And they started a forest fire so they could clear the forest because they want to build a high-speed rail line. And they own all the contracts to the high-speed rail because you know how Jews are.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Turned out it wasn't true. Oh my God, it wasn't.
I'm just really shocked.
They control the weather. The same broad that for years has said man-made climate change is a hoax suddenly thinks we can control the fucking weather.
With a G.I. Joe space laser.
That batshit ass fucking hole Alex Jones, the guy that said the parents and the kids at Sandy Hook Massacre were actors, that those first and second grade children weren't really shot.
Yep.
The same fucking asshole said they could have stopped this hurricane. They could have stopped it before it hit land. They could have used nukes to stop it. But they didn't want to because it was hitting a red state.
What?
This is their fucking conspiracy theory.
They could have used nukes
To nuke a hurricane.
to nuke a hurricane.
Which actually, Trump brought that up years ago when there was a hurricane. The one where he drew the Sharpie.
Oh, God.
Where he redirected it. Oh, no, this is the path of hurricane. And then he asked, can we drop some nukes on the hurricane and take out the hurricane? And then the experts were like, no,
that's not how that works. That's not how anything works.
It's not going to work. So this is the type of ridiculous bullshit you have to deal with. There was one video that made its way. People that I know, I'm like, what the fuck happened to you? It was a video of a relief shelter. There's like tents and people handing out water bottles and shit like that.
Right.
And this Georgia National Guard helicopter comes by to land, and he starts, the rotor wash is just blowing shit all over the place.
Right.
And people are like, hey, asshole, get the fuck out of the way! And he leaves. And the caption was, the federal government is intentionally trying to sabotage relief efforts. And then later they showed the pilot. He was a National Guard guy. He's like, I get 4 hours a month of practice on this fucking thing.
What the situation was they were bringing in a generator to that landing site. So they pulled in power to take back off, like a go-around in a helicopter. And the rotor wash caused that damage. The crew has been grounded. We are under investigation. Safety is our number one paramount.
I didn't go to fucking sabotage my own neighborhood.
Right.
No, the federal government is intentionally sabotaging. So the people that talk like this, it pains me to have to say this. You're either fucking batshit insane or spectacularly stupid.
It's usually more that one.
Either way, your fucking opinion doesn't matter at that point.
No.
I don't fucking care what you think. When you've proven that you are so irrational, I don't fucking care about your opinion. And I can dismiss it outright. Because you're stupid or insane. And you don't get to be making decisions for the rest of the rational world.
Now, what's really bad is all the batshit insane stuff actually has an effect. Because now you've got people who are refusing help because they think FEMA's moving in to take over their land. I've seen like people who are like, the relief effort and the National Guard, and they're like, hey, we're just bringing in water and supplies. We just want to, and the people are refusing it because they're like, you're not going to move in here and take over my house. I'm like, I don't want your house or your land. I just brought food and supplies to keep you alive.
So you, in the middle of buttfuck Florida, thinks FEMA wants your fucking piece of shit trailer park for themselves. You think you're that fucking important that anyone gives a shit about what you own? With your fucking net worth of $8,000, FEMA's coming for you? What the fuck's wrong with you?
I don't know. I don't understand.
This is the result of a failed education policy stretched out over 20, 30 years.
Yeah. You get fewer and fewer people actually attending colleges or actually getting educated, and there's population growing up and up and up. And
they're not getting educated in grammar school. You should learn this critical thinking shit from a young age. Use your critical thinking. Does any of this make sense to you? That the National Guard came by to intentionally fuck up your relief site. Use your critical thinking.
That's actually an exercise that they do for people who have severe psychosis. Like if you are truly psychotic, they tell you, all right, take a step back and make sure you ask yourself, is anybody else reacting to this or is it just me?
Right.
So is this really happening right now or is it just in your head?
We're not going to survive. This is not, you can't with people this stupid. Because that dipshit that thinks FEMA is trying to take over your trailer park,
Right.
they get one vote. I hold a master's degree. I speak 3 languages. I also get 1 vote. That fuckhead's vote counts as much as mine? That's bullshit.
How to fight that?
I hope everybody's okay.
I do too, but
This sucks. I can't even fathom what it's like to be stuck in this hellhole now.
I know. I mean, we live in an area where we're never going to encounter a hurricane. That does not happen here.
No, we get it.
But I mean, when we get other shit and we get bad weather, it's awful. I can't imagine being in the middle of something like this and just watching it rip your home apart, rip your neighborhood apart.
The worst, the one that makes me the most mad is the folks that refuse to evacuate. This area is going to be underwater in 12 hours, 8-foot storm surge. You will die. Get the fuck out. I'm not going anywhere.
The freaking mayor came on and said, if you stay, you're going to die. He said those words. If you stay, you're going to die.
And now some group of rescue workers who have a wife and family of their own,
Yeah.
they now have to risk their well-being and their lives to come rescue your stupid ass. Because you wanted to stay, because you're so fucking stupidly obstinate. You didn't want to listen to some faggy liberal FEMA exec.
It's just wind and rain.
Now this guy has to come risk his life to save you.
Yeah.
That's bullshit too.
And you're going to complain about it too.
And then you're going to
Oh, why it took so long for people to come rescue me. You only brought me 1 bottle of water. It's not even sparkling water.
It's a bad spot to be in. Desperate people will do desperate things.
Yeah.
But stupid people do stupid things.
And stupid, desperate people. Oh,
Kiss it goodbye at that point.
it's over. Well, shit. Leave some comments down below. I know we covered a couple of the conspiracies going around for hurricanes. Well, I'm sure these are not all of them, so leave some comments. What are some of the crazy conspiracies you've heard around these hurricanes? And by God, I can't even say this. Do you actually believe any of them? Be really interesting to have someone in the comments jump in and go, oh, no, it's real.
That's perfectly fine. I stole this from Neil deGrasse Tyson. Every time a conspiracy theory comes up, the best way to shut them up is just say, okay, show me your evidence for that. And usually they just go away.
No, that's just the end of it. Yeah.
Like somebody had asked him, you don't really think we went to the moon, do you? It's like, yeah, we went to the moon. No, we did. It's all a conspiracy. And he explained that, okay, so look at a Saturn V rocket and do the measurements. And this is how much energy you get out of X amount of fuel. And if you do the measurements, how much energy would it take to push this weight of a capsule that distance and back? How much fuel would you need to calculate? And do the numbers, and it matches out to the exact size of a Saturn V rocket. Tell them to go do those numbers. And then usually they just go away.
Yes, I'm not going to do rocket science. I'm out.
It's 5th grade arithmetic. It's not rocket science. You're just calculating an amount. They can't do it, so they just go away. Show me your evidence. Okay, you think FEMA is trying to take your land. You think we intentionally started a hurricane. Show me your evidence. And somebody, well, in Vietnam, they were testing with clouding seeds with iodide crystals to make it rain. So that's proof of weather control. Fuck off.
That's ridiculous. And
Your life sucks so bad that you have to try and build this fucking flight of fancy nonsense world.
I'm waiting for someone to say, I found a photo of the machine they use to control the weather, and it's actually like a photo of the weather dominator. Please let someone do that, because I can't wait to find that.
There's like little crystals on this side,
Yeah,
hard
yeah,
water
yeah.
bubbling on this side. And what was the third one? It was like this white mushy stuff.
Something like that. And didn't
three
they need like
elements?
the giant diamond on the tip? I remember like
yeah.
the world's biggest diamond. They had to use that to focus the laser.
And at the end, Cobra Commander went, Cobra rules!
Thunderheads, imbeciles!
Oh, man. Well, now I want to watch G.I. Joe.
And always, the original.
All right. You know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, comment.
If you believe any of these, I'll let Michael Jordan tell you what to do.
Stop it. Get some help.
And we will see you in another episode. Later.